Yo ho ho! So today I want to do just a kind of simple talk video or a reflective type of video, a thoughtful video. So let's start out with how I read and being a slow reader. Now, a few weeks ago someone added me into a group called, or invited me to join a group on Goodreads called Slow Readers, and I was kind of like, what? Because I don't view myself as a slow reader. I'm definitely not a slow reader. But the thing is, you have to keep in mind is when I always like having a book on the go on Goodreads, but once I finish a book I'll always go to Goodreads and add the book that I'm going to read next, but I never started it on that day. Most of the time I leave it a week or two, and I've said this before, I don't read every day, and when I do read, I read for a very short amount of time, and in that amount of time, in about a half an hour, I can read about 50 to 100 pages, depending on like the book and the size of the font and things. But I wouldn't view that as being slow. I do feel pressure to read more books, especially since I'm currently at 17 books this year, and I think as a booktuber you're expected to just constantly read, and I'm just more casual, and I'm also easily put off of reading, and if I get stressed out or if I get down in the dumps, I don't read. I don't do the things that I enjoy doing. I haven't really had book slumps this year, but I have been stressed and down, especially over the summer. I know I did a TBR, summer TBR. I read half the books on there. I'm still making my way through it, but I was doing work experience over the summer, and I was so stressed out by that I couldn't really do anything else. I was just so consumed by that. That's all I would think about. But I'm very much a quality over quantity type of person, and I feel that Booktube is the opposite. I think it matters how many books you read, how many books you buy. It seems to be quantity over quality, especially when it comes to hauls and Goodreads challenges and things like that. And it's something I think about a lot, and I do put pressure on myself sometimes. Sometimes I just think, oh god, I should be at 30, 40 books, and if I read on those days that I don't read, I'd be so far ahead. But I don't think, this kind of mentality of just kind of reading for the sake of reading isn't something I really want to be sucked into. If I forced myself to read every day, it would become work, and I wouldn't enjoy it. I've stopped doing hauls pretty much. I think I will continue to do hauls in the future, but they will be very rare and few and far between. I've only done one haul this year. I've only bought 6 books this year. I think that's a perfectly good number of books to buy. I don't think that I should have bought more. I've finally gotten my TBR under 20. I'm kind of on my way to getting back to how I used to read before Booktube, and I'm happy with myself. I'll probably be doing a haul for Christmas or in January for my birthday, depending on if I get books. Apart from that, I don't see myself really doing it in the future, but something I do want to incorporate into hauls is what interested me to buy the book in the first place, and I will give a synopsis of the book. And it can always be difficult to talk about a book that you haven't read yet, because obviously you haven't read it yet, but rather than watching a haul, and I've done this in the past too, and now that's why I'm so self-conscious of it, hauls normally go like this: I bought this book, I'm super excited to read it, oh my god, I'm so excited to read it, next book, and so on and so forth. So I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be informative, and I think it would be helpful as well, rather than you having to go do your own research on a book that I mention. I should be able to tell you a bit about it rather than just show you the cover. One thing I'm so paranoid about is, giving a false expectation about a book, or is someone reading a book on my recommendation and not liking it. I'm just so paranoid about that. I couldn't live with myself to know that someone wasted like 10, 15 quid on a book that they thought they were going to enjoy just because I said it was like, oh, that's so amazing. And, most of the time, I'd like to think, from what I've seen on Goodreads, I haven't gotten lower than a 3, so like it's been 3 and up. So I'm like, phew. But you never know. There might be people that I'm not friends with on Goodreads who are like, oh my god, she recommends the worst, most disturbing, gross books on the face of the earth. And like, yeah, I do. Like, that's my taste. I like reading fucked up books. So if you don't have the same kind of taste or interest in books as me, you're probably not going to like my recommendations. I keep being told on here and in real life that I possess a brutal honesty, And like, that's it, that's just the way I am, and I don't kind of sugarcoat things, and I don't particularly care if I say something that upsets someone or offends someone, because I know if there's malice or not in it. I know that I'm not intending to be mean or anything, and if someone else takes it as that, then that's their own problem, and that's just that. So I just feel like I just need to be honest. I can never falsify information or talk about something that I didn't believe in, or back something that I didn't believe in wholeheartedly or anything like that. So I'm not interested in doing sponsored videos. I'm not interested in receiving free books from publishers or from authors, and I've actually put up a little thing on my YouTube information area that please, refrain from messaging me to shill for you, basically, because I get sick and tired of people trying to be like, hey, I've got a new book out, I'd really appreciate it if you buy it on Amazon. It's like, no. Especially if it's YA, I'm like, oh my god, you didn't even have the decency to check out some of my videos first before you sold yourself to me. But I'm very much a DIY type of person. I'm very much a do-it-yourself kind of person. I like that I've built this channel myself, and I know that it might not be impressive to some people, like the certain amount of subscribers that I have, but I appreciate every single one, and I think that's impressive. I think having over 2,000 subscribers is impressive. It took me 2 years to hit 1,000 subscribers. And it took me about 3 to 4 months to hit 2,000 subscribers, which kind of backs my point of people are only interested when other people are interested. And I find that so depressing, and that's why I go out of my way to watch people and to engage in discussion with people who have less than 1,000 subscribers, because it's good content. They have good content in their videos. They actually discuss book content, and even if it's a webcam, I think, as long as I can hear you properly, I don't have a problem with like the quality of how it looks. Most of the time I'm clicking off the video and I'm doing something else, so I just like to listen. And I go out of my way to stay in touch with the people who I first befriended on Booktube and who first befriended me when they started. I would never kind of leave someone by, the side of the road just because they don't have a certain amount of subscribers, which has happened to me. I feel there was a good amount of people who started booktubing when I did that would constantly comment on my videos, and I'd comment on their videos back, but once they started gaining more and more subscribers, they lost interest in me, and they haven't commented in months, a year, possibly years, and they only seem to engage with people who are on the same level of subscribers or more, and that just seems like so sellout. I'm never jealous of anyone or anything like that. I think, if you can make a career and if you can earn a good amount of money from doing this, you should. But I have a problem with selling out and falsifying information and just, having the man run your channel, basically. And I'm not interested in that. For me, it doesn't do anything for me. And like I said, I built this channel myself, and I've gotten a few shout outs from a few very lovely people, and I'm very, very grateful for it, and I really appreciate it. But apart from that, I've done it myself. I've never spammed on people's videos to check out my channel or anything like that. I've never, subbed for sub, and I'm proud of that, and I will never kind of just abandon a person because they're no longer useful for me subscriber wise. I just find that ridiculous. There are some people that you can tweet and they will never respond to you or whatever, and at the end of the day, we're all people sitting in our bedrooms making videos. There's nothing special about us. I don't put myself on a pedestal. I don't know, I feel like some people do. Some people think they're super famous or something like that, and I don't get the hype about booktubers or YouTubers really, who seem to be very full of themselves and think that just because they have a certain amount of subscribers that they're like the shit. Because I don't know, it's just I would never want to turn into a person that you feel you can't talk to, that you feel that I'd never reply. That would just, like, that thought to me is just so horrifying and awful. The other thing I kind of want to talk about is kind of being well read and the idea of being well read. I personally don't view myself as well-read. I feel I'm, I jump from genre to genre constantly, so I've just touched the tip of the iceberg really with each genre. I can't say that I'm confident about one genre or anything like that, and because of this I'm plagued with a lot of self-doubt when it comes to making videos and when it comes to talking about books, because I was planning on doing a Halloween horror book recommendations video, and I've totally psyched myself out because I've only read 1 or 2 horror books this year. And I do read a lot of horror, I do actually. I read a lot of disturbing stuff, but yet I don't feel I'm good enough, and I don't feel that I'll be able to make a good video and be able to kind of do my idea justice. And I don't know, this is me being like brutally honest with you about myself. So I'm so disappointed because I was looking forward to it, but I've thought about it too much now, and I've just freaked myself out about it. So I don't really know. I'm disappointed in myself that I let myself do that, but I'm 21. I'm nearly 22. I don't think anyone in their 20s can be well read. I believe I'm widely read, because I read a lot of different genres, but I don't think I'm well read in any of them. I think when I'm in my 50s or my 60s, if I get there, I'll be well read. I think once your age starts going up, read more and more books, then you can consider yourself well read, or at least that's when I will consider myself well read. But until then, I'm really unimpressed with myself. This is all the self-loathing that's coming out now. I think I should probably stop. I don't know, I think it's natural just to doubt yourself and worry about things, and at the end of the day I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be and make the best content that I can possibly make. And I don't know, a bit of a slump recently. I'm just overthinking things and overanalyzing things, and I really shouldn't. I should just go with the flow, which I normally do, and I just don't know. Oh, hold on, I'm sitting on my hair. Leave your thoughts below. Be thoughtful. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you next Sunday. Bye.